Okay, this week we've got the AQA GCSE Mathematics paper Foundation tier, paper 3, and it's a calculator one. So I've got my emulator up here, and usual thing, let's see what we've got. 1.5 hours. Answer all the questions as usual. Off we go. Let's have a look. Solve 5x equals 15. Okay, we have to divide both sides by 5. Our answer is going to be 3. Now we've got solve y plus 7 equals 50. Well, we minus 7 from both sides. Minus 7. So our answer is going to be 43. Same sort of thing. Solve c over 4 equals 8. So this one we times both sides by 4. Times 4. Times 4. Well, it's going to go like that. So c will equal, there's only one mark. We don't really have to show all this working, but so it's going to be 4 times 8, 32. That's correct. Question 2. Here's a list of numbers: 10, 8, 2, 11, 12, 15, 4, and 4. Write down the mode. Well, the mode is the most common. Always think of the magazine a la mode being fashionable. So 4s, that's the only one that occurs twice. So that's the most common. Work out the median. We work out the median by, we need to put them all in order and find the middle number. So I like to cross them out as I go. So 2, 4, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 15. Okay, let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 numbers. So the median is going to lie between 4 one side and 4 the other. It's going to lie between 8 and 10. So halfway between 8 and 10, the real way to show it is 8 plus 10 over 2, the average, but it's really in the middle. So it's 9. Okay. Work out the range. The range is the smallest from the highest. The range is going to be 15 minus 2, 13. Okay, that's that one done. A fair spinner with 5 sections is spun. Here's all our things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There they are. Complete these statements. The spinner is most likely to land on section for the biggest one, D. Okay. The spinner is equally likely to land on sections, well, that's where they're the same. This one's smaller than C, which is smaller than D. These are the two that I think are equal to each other. So we're going to say E and A. 2 different spinners are spun. One spinner has sections labeled with colors. The other spinner has sections labeled with numbers. Here is a list of all possible outcomes. Red 1, red 2, red 3, and red 4. Blue 1, 2, 3, and 4. Green 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Show the possible sections on the 2 spinners. Okay, let's make sure. 2 different spinners are spun. One spinner has sections labeled with colors. The other spinner's labeled with numbers. Okay. Well, there's 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's only 3 colors, red, blue, and green. So the colors are going to be thirds, 120 degrees apart. And because we've got 4 numbers, that's going to be 90 degrees each. Question 4. A reel holds 9.5 meters of ribbon. 2 pieces of ribbon are cut from the reel. Each piece is 20 centimeters long. What length of ribbon is left on the reel? State the units of your answer. Okay, it's meters is the length of the ribbon. We've got 20 centimeters. I think we're going to change the centimeters to meters, but let's work it out. 20 plus 20, 2 pieces, equals 40 centimeters, which equals, remember there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So if we divide that by 100, we are going to get 0.4 meters. Okay, it's 9.5 minus the 0.4 we've cut off. We can see straight away that's going to be 9.1. The term-to-term rule for a sequence is subtract 1, then multiply by 5. Right, the first term is 4. Work out the third term. So what I'm gonna go all the way through it. I probably could do it by some sort of calculation, but I'm just going to go all the way up to the third term and see how we get on. So the first term is 4. We minus 1, which equals 3. We times that by 5, which equals 3 5s are 15. Right. That was the first term. So this is second. We put the 15 in now. We minus the 1, which equals 14. We then times 14 by 5, which equals 70. An easy way to multiply by 5 is to halve the number, 7, and then move the decimal point, 70, because you're half of 10, basically. So that's our answer, 70. Question 5b. The term-to-term rule for a different sequence is add 20, then divide by 2. The second term is 50. Work out the first term. Okay, we have to go backwards, because we're now given the second term. We've got to go back to the first term. So, and this time we minus the 20 there. And I'll show you why in a minute, just to confirm it. So let's have a look. We start with 50, second term. And this time we times by 2, gives us 100. Then we minus the 20, equals 80. So that's our answer, 80. And just to prove it, so that's our first term now. If we put 80 in, we add 20, divide by 2, we're back to 50. Question 6. Scarlett leaves home at 10 o'clock to cycle to the supermarket. Here is part of a distance time graph of her trip to the supermarket. Here's the distance in kilometers up there. Here's the time, so she leaves at 10 o'clock. She arrives at 10:20. Okay. Oh, it tells us she arrives at the supermarket 10:20. How far is the supermarket from her home? Oh, there's our distance. Our distance is here. 7 kilometers. Show it like, always like to show a nice little dotted line. She leaves the supermarket 10:35. How long does she stay at the supermarket? Well, this is the length of time. And we know that's when she's staying there because she's not going anywhere. She's at the 7 kilometer point and stuck there. So 10:20 to 10, that's 10:35, isn't it? This point here. Right, 20 to 30 is 10 minutes, 35 is 15 minutes. Okay. Scarlett cycles home at a constant speed using the same route. So another 7 kilometers. Takes her 3 minutes longer than her journey to the supermarket. Complete the distance time graph. Okay, I've just removed some of my text I had on there before. So we're going from there. It took us 20 minutes to arrive, or took her 20 minutes to arrive. And now it's going to take 23 minutes to come back. This point here is 10:35. 35 like that. And we're going to go another 20 minutes, which will take us up to 55 here. Plus, it takes another 3 minutes on top of that. That's what they've told us. We've got to draw our best line there. And she's going to go at a constant speed. So that would be a straight line like that. Okay, same route, constant speed. Show a nice little arrow going up. Question 7. This week, Liam works 25 hours at £10.20 per hour and extra hours at the weekend at £11.80 per hour. Here are the extra hours he worked at the weekend. 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Sorry, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Saturday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday. So that's the next one. I'm just going to put them in because I know what they're going to ask. This is 3 hours there. In total, how much has he paid this week? He's done an extra 5 hours at the more money. So it's going to be 25 times 10.2 plus the £11 plus the 5. I'll put it hours first times 11.8, and we can use our calculator. Equals, and all we're going to do is put our answer down into our section below. Answer section 25 times 10.2 plus 5 times 11.8 was that £314. Good. Not much nowadays. 3 oranges have masses 60 grams, 70 grams, and 85 grams. Show that their total mass is between 1/5 and 1/4 of a kilogram. We'll add them all up. 60, 70. I'm not going to use the calculator. I'll do it this way. 5, 8 and 7 is 15, and 6 is 21. Yeah, 215 grams, which equals 0.215 kilograms. We better say 1/5 equals 0.2 and 1/4 equals 0.25. And if you weren't sure how to get these, you can always use your calculator to put the fraction in. I'll do this 1/5 one. Just do this. 1/5. Go equals. It's going to show 1/5. And then hit the SD button. 0.2. Because 0.215 is bigger than 0.2 and smaller than 0.25, which is what they ask us. For each statement, tick the correct box. One of the 3 angles of a triangle is 90 degrees. Well, it's sometimes true. One of the 3 angles of a triangle is obtuse. Sometimes true. One of the 3 angles of a triangle is reflex. Never true, because any triangle is an enclosed, and the angles they're talking about are the ones inside, so nothing can go back on itself. Right? Oh, just to show you what a reflex angle is. Simplify fully p squared times p. Well, that's the same as saying p times p times p, which is p cubed. simplify fully 3a plus 5c minus a plus 6c. We can only collect the a's together and we can collect the c's together. So it's going to be 3a minus a is going to be 2a, and 5c plus a 6c is a plus, and it's 11c. And that's it. Two angles around a point are shown. Okay, there's this one here and this one. The angles are in the ratio of 2 to 7. Show that the larger angle is 280 degrees. Well, you got 2 plus 7. 2 plus 7 equals 9. I'm going to say parts. One part. You've done the whole circle into 9 parts. One part equals 360 degrees divided by 9, which equals, I could do it in my head, I suppose, but 4, of course it is. Oh, 360 divided by 9 is 40. Okay. Larger angle must be 7 times 40 equals 280. So we've shown it, we've proved it. Do I need to put it down here or anywhere? No, that's fine. C is greater than 4, D is less than 4, C minus D equals 6. Work out a possible pair of values for C and D. Let's do the D first. D is less than 4. So, but C is greater than 4. That's fine. We'll do this one. D is less than 4. So why don't we just make D equal 2? And we'll see if we can make it work. So we've got to have C, that when we take 2 off of it, it's going to make 6. So we can make 8. And does it fit? C, 8 is greater than 4. Yes. 2 is less than 4. Yes. 8 minus 2 is 6. Yes, correct. W is greater than 1 and less than 2. Okay, X is greater than 0 and less than 1. Work out a possible pair of values for W and X. Okay, it's got to make 2.6. It's got to be less than 1. Why don't we just make it 1.8? 8, because greater than 1 and less than 2 is our W. X is greater than 0 and less than 1. What have we got to add on? We've got to add another plus 0.8. 8 and 8 is 16, yes, add that on. It's between 0 and 1. This one's between 1 and 2. That's great, yes. So W equals 1.8, 0.8. Yep. There are 3 straight lines. Okay, we've got 95 there, 105 there. Okay. Are the lines A, B and CD parallel? Well, if this is 105, this one's 105. It just happens to be that way. And this one is 95. No. Match the algebra to the correct description. One has been done for you. Right, 5D plus 7E as an, oh, I see, expression. Okay. Well, let's do the equals 1 first. We got an equals 1, yes. So an equals 1 will be equation. And then this one here with the 3 lines on is going to be an identity. It means it's exactly, not just exactly the same, it's the same thing. And then 4b is greater than, that's an inequality. And the one they've left out is the formula. That's it. Popcorn is sold in bags. 8 small bags have a total mass of 496 grams. That's a total. I think that means added together. Well, it will be, won't it?
5 small bags and 2 large bags have a total mass of 638. Work out the mass of a large bag. Okay, well, it's going to be 496 divided by 8 is going to give us the weight of one bag, one small bag. So let's do that using this, 496. Why do they say 4 marks? It looks like a lot of marks for this. Okay, 62. So then we've got to find the 5 small bags, weight of that, take it away from 638, and that gives us what the 2 large bags weigh. So 62 times 5. So let's do that. I could just go like this. Times 5 should be 320. Oh, 310, sorry. 310. Yes, of course. Half of 62 is 31 times 5. 310. So now we go 638 minus 310 to 328. 328. That's 2 bags, 2 large. And we go 328. Let's divide it by 2. Easy way, 2's into 32 is 16. 2's into 4's. 2's into 8 is 4. 164. So, yes, about just over twice as big as the small bag. Let's make that look like a proper 6, otherwise an examiner might think it's a bit strange. The rectangle and the triangle have the same area. Work out the length of the rectangle. Well, the way I would do, we've got to work out this area, and the area of a triangle is half the base times the height. So the base is 12, so the height is 16. Half of 16 is 8. 12 eighths are 96. 96 equals length times 7.5. So 96. Divide both sides by 7.5. And I'll put it up there as well. And of course, I should have put it in here straight away, but match the name to the correct sequence. One has been done for you. Okay. Quadratic because it's getting bigger as it goes up, basically. What I mean, the space between them is getting bigger as it goes up. A linear sequence, well, the gap between them has got to be the same. Plus 4 is the difference between plus 4. So that's the linear sequence. Fibonacci type sequence. If I remember rightly, that's where the next number is the sum of the preceding numbers. The first 2 preceding numbers. So minus 4 and minus 1 would be no, it's this one up here. Because 4 and 5 make 9, and 9 and 5 make 14, and 14 and 9 make 23. So that's Fibonacci. The number of hedgehogs in England is expected to reduce by 4% each year. Assume there are now 1 million hedgehogs in England. Work out the expected number of hedgehogs in England after 5 years. You must show you're working. Well, there's a formula for this, same as a compound interest one. It's going to come, basically, we start off with 1,000. That's our million. And it's going to be 1 minus the 0.04. 0.04, because I've done it as 4%. I could have shown it as 4 over 100. And the 1 is so we keep our million to start with. And each year it's going to go down by 4%. And we're going to do it for 5 years. And I can put the whole lot in the calculator. and put my answer down there. 1,000,000. Should be able to just open the bracket like that. 1 minus 0.04. Close the bracket, raise it to the power, which is this one with the X on, and put 5 in, because it's 5 years. I'm just going to check. Reduced by 4% each year. There's 1,000,000. What's going to happen after 5 years? Okay. So we only want to go to the, I'm going to put the answer there. This is a 6, so we're going to round up to the nearest hedgehog. This is going to go to a 3. Okay. Here is the cuboid A. Doesn't mean it's a cube, cuboid. Cube would be all the sides are the same. Cuboid B is made from 2 of cuboid A. Okay. Volume of A equal to volume of B is 1 to 2. Yes. Okay. Matthew says surface area of A to surface area of B must be 1 to 2 because B is made of 2 of A. Is Matthew correct? No, because he said must be. It means it's got to be always the case. So I'm going to say no and give a reason for your answer, because if you had a cuboid like this and you make 2 of them, you're missing out this very big area here. And if you had one here like this with a small area where they join, that is small, join, large, side, missing, small join, side, not added. I think that's good enough. Complete the table of values for y equals x squared plus 2x. With this calculator, the FX83 GT Plus, it's possible to use a table function. I'll put the values in by calculating them, but I'll show you the table function anyway. So let's have a look. Good. Complete the table of values, y equals x squared plus 2x. Let's just check this one. So x goes in there, minus 3 squared gave us 9. And then we added 2 times a minus 3 on, so it would be minus 6. So 9 minus 6 would be 3. So we do the same with this one. Minus 2 is going to give us 4. 4 times 2 times minus 2, so that's 4 minus 4, it's going to be 0. And this one here, it's going to be 1 squared plus 2 times 1, which would be 3. So like all these things, they go symmetrical. Now, if we were going to use this table function, it works like this. So we need to go into mode, table, just 3. Function x is the y. So we put an x squared. Now, x is this one here, just above the close bracket. You go alpha x, and it's squared, plus 2x, alpha x again. Who equals, it asks you for the start. Well, the start is minus 3. The end is going to be 1. And it's going up in steps of 1. And there they are, look. X is minus 3. Function x is 3, or the y. Minus 2, 0, minus 1, minus 1. And you just pull that down to get the others. And I think it'd give up to about 10 things, 0, 0 and 1, 3. So that's a useful function if you've got this calculator. Mode, back to my computation. Does that clear everything? Draw the graph. And we've got to draw the graphs from these values, -3, 2, 1. So -3 was 3. -2 was 0. -1 is -1. So we're going x -1, function x -1 or y. And then we go back up to 0, 0, 0 on the axes there, and 1, 3. And we just do our best curve we can. Nice little quadratic. Jing has £2,450. She saves some and gives the rest to her 4 brothers. Money saved equals money given to brothers equals 2 to 5. So that's her saved, and this is her gift. She gives each of her 4 brothers the same amount. So this is, we divide that by 4. Okay. Does each brother receive more than 430? Or that's what they're asking. You must show your working. Okay. So we're going to go 2450. And the way to do these is find out how many parts there are. 5, I'll do it like this, 2 plus 5 equals 7 parts. I'm not meant to write outline inside this box, look. I'm going to divide it there. So that's going to give us 1 part. Gift is 350 times 5. 1750. And then the 1750. 4 brothers. Equals, not as neat as I could have been, but yes, that answers the question. Does each brother receive more than 430? Yes, by £7.50. Okay. Question 22. The pie chart shows information about people at a fair during 3 days. So we've got, let's have a look. We've got this area here, Friday 80%, Thursday 25%, and Saturday, this big lot here. There were 132 more people on Friday than on Thursday. Work out the number of people on Saturday. So that's our clue to the number of people there. Right, so more people on Friday than Thursday, and it's 132 of them. So if we do this and call that 25 in there. So more people, the more people is this area here then, because that's the same, 25 is the same. So 80 minus 25 is 55. So 55 degrees represents 132 people. So we can take 132, divide it by 55, and that will give us the number of people per degree, because we've got 55 degrees there. We know it's 132 people. So 132 divide by 55, 12 over 5. Okay, we got 2.4 people, but never mind. 2.4 per degree. I'm not supposed to write in this area, but never mind. So now what we do is we work out what this angle is around there. If the Saturday must be the degrees equals 360, because it's 360 all the way around, minus the 25, and minus the 80, which will equal, I should be able to do this in my head, shouldn't I? Let's have a look. 360 minus 80 is 280. Yes, that's right. 280 minus 25 is 255. Okay, degrees. 255 degrees times by 2.4 people equals, we'll put our answer straight down there. I hope I don't have to round it, we'll see. 255 times by 2.4, 612. Yeah. 612 people. Okay. 23. Use trigonometry to work out the value of x. Well, it's a right angle triangle. We use either Pythagoras or SOHCAHTOA. And for Pythag, we need two sides, which we don't have. So we have to use SOHCAHTOA. So you're bound to get a mark just for putting, I think, down SOHCAHTOA. And there's our angle. So this is the opposite that angle. And this is adjacent to the angle. Adjacent, okay? So we can say what we're going to use. We need something with the A and the O in. A and the O in, and we've got we can find the tangent of this angle. So we're going to use this one. This is the one we're going to use. Okay, so we can say that tan 58 degrees equals the opposite. I'll show it like this to start with, O over A, which equals, we put in what we know. We don't know x, but we do know the adjacent, which is 46. So if we times both sides by 46, times 46, to get rid of that divisor there, I'll do the same to this side. 46 tan 58 will give us the x. Okay, so that equals whatever. And we just do it like this on the calculator. We put it straight in like this. 46 tan, don't need a multiplication sign. The bracket opens. 58. I always close the bracket. It probably wouldn't matter, but there's our answer. And I'll go to, I'll put the whole thing in. And we'll round it up to 73.6. Okay. I think that should be good enough. SOHCAHTOA. Question 24. Millie is estimating the value of 1 over this lot, cube root of 8.34, and then we square that times by 10.21. She rounds each decimal number to one significant figure. Work out Millie's estimate. You must show your working. So what we're going to round it to is this. This bit here, 8.34, we round it to one significant figure. Because that's a 3, we round down. So that's just going to be 8. The cube root of 8. And then we're going to square that. And then we're going to times that by, and this one here is 10.21. Again, we round down. Although it says one significant figure, we have to show where the 0 is. Otherwise, it could be 100, 1,000, or whatever. So the 0 just acts as a placeholder. Okay, well, I know the cube root of 8 is 2, and then if we square it, we're going to get 4. So it's going to be 1 over 4 times 10, which equals 1 over 40, which equals, what's 1 over 1 divided by 4 is 0.250, so it's going to be 0.025. I'll run it through the calculator to check. So we just go like this, 1 over, open a bracket. We do it all properly. And we need the cube root, which is the one there. It's shift there like that. And it's going to be 8. And then we're going to move this over like this, go out there. Cube. That's it. And then what I've got to do, I've got to square that piece. Yes, that's right. And then I've got to go times 10. That's right. 1 over 40 is correct. Yes, and that should be 0.025. Correct. Right. Lovely. What happens now? Millie says my estimate must be more than the exact value. More than the exact value. Well, each case we rounded down. So we were having a smaller number dividing on the bottom than we would have had. Now, the smaller number makes a bigger number when you divide. If you think about it, 1 divided by 2 is bigger than 1 divided by 4. So the small divided by a smaller number actually results in a bigger number. So Millie says, my estimate must be more than the exact value. Without working out the exact value, give a reason how she can know this. Okay, so I'm just going to write it out. I think that's good enough. Question 25a, factorize x squared plus 8x plus 15. Wow, this is one of these where we put it all nicely in a bracket. We're going to find numbers that multiply together to make 15 and add together to make 8. It's all positive, which makes it easy. It's 3 times 5. So you put your 5 in and 3 in, and we got the x. It's all plus. 3 times 5, and we go 3 plus 5 equals 8. That one equals 15. They'll understand what we mean by that, and you just indicate you've got your answer there. Okay, that's right. 25b, write down the two solutions of y plus 2, y minus 4 equals 0. Okay. Now, for this to equal 0, either this bracket is 0 or this one's 0. So y equals minus 2, because if y was minus 2 plus 2 makes 0. 0 times anything is 0. Or y equals plus 4. That's all they're after. Do we know that point? That's the end of the questions. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and anything you'd like to see, do let me know in a comment or whatever. Thank you very much. Bye.